We celebrate our America. Double bacon cheeseburger with the works, fry bread and Indian tacos, ranch dressing, root beer floats, never-ending chips and salsa that arrive at the table, clam digs and clam bakes right on the beach, Tex-Mex and queso and burritos as big as your head, Buc-ee's gas stations and Wawa's and 7-Eleven Big Gulp Slurpees. This is our America. Brownstone stoops where neighbors from every background stop to catch up in the lingering heat of the day. Tables on a ferry boat where commuters and tourists take turns finding the missing puzzle piece. Lemonade stands where strangers overpay kids for their undermixed powder and the hustle. Canoe journeys and powwows and protocol. Pickup basketball and pickleball games where those waiting their turns to play hoot and holler their support through well-placed roasts. Little League games and 4-H and country county fairs where neighbors compete for the blue ribbon for their apple pie, their quilt, their heifer, the biggest pumpkin. Our America. An experiment in human governance, democracy on a large scale, 3 interconnected systems that work imperfectly together. Federal, state, county government, school boards, and community organizations that represent the people, that give us headaches, but also allow communities to see themselves elected and represented. Constitutional words that were perhaps meant for one small group of people, but whose power and truth exceeded that small notion and hold their own to offer freedom and dignity to us all. Cities that hold mosques and temples and synagogues and gurdwaras and meeting houses and churches, a glorious religious plurality in which we are all seeking a connection to God and to one another, protected by our legal rights. Our America. National parks across the country, each containing its own epic landscape. States, diverse and grand, host of multiple lands within their borders. The haunting call of a loon, the giant rack of a moose, packs of wild wolves, pods of orcas, the Atlantic Boardwalk, the Great Lakes, the Pacific Coast, the Salish Sea. Our America. Land that birthed abolition and civil rights and the American Indian movement, land of the labor movement of the turn of the century and of the farm workers movement and of Union Strong, of Stonewall Uprising and Pride marches and the WTO protest Battle of Seattle, Standing Rock and Black Power and Black Lives Matter, of Me Too, movements that bend the long arc of history toward justice, full of people who believe in a better world. Our birthplace. Birthplace, too, of Grace Lee Boggs and Dolores Huerta, of Sojourner Truth and Harriet Tubman and Rosa Parks, of Chief Seattle and Wilma Mankiller and Billy Frank Jr., of Marsha P. Johnson and Harvey Milk, of Reverend Dr. Pauli Murray and Pope Leo, of an unending string of optimists who believe that things can be better and hold fire in their bellies to make it so. Our ancestral lineage. Our America is complex, vast, multifaceted. Our people, as the international visitors here for the World Cup have reminded us, our people are friendly, warm, curious, open. Our heritage is rich with change agents, community organizing, good and humble people who throughout our history in their own way have responded, as Sikh activist and teacher Valerie Kaur puts it, the call to love beyond our own flesh and blood. We have so much to celebrate, so much goodness that belongs to us all, but it is ours to claim. Our nation, in both the grand scope of our very short history and the small, everyday, ordinary choices we make, not only, quote, in grand moments in public view, but also in small pockets of people coming together to inhabit a new way of being, has built, is building, will build the beloved community. And let the people say, Amen.